Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynette. Oh my god, yes, my name is Lynette, and this is a tourism channel where we talk about tourism marketing, all to do with tourism. I'll share my experiences here with you, where I've traveled, where I've been, all that stuff. Yes, recently I was in Arusha, specifically, I was in Tanzania as a country. It's one of the biggest tourism towns we have across the region. I say this with a level of confidence as someone who has traveled a little across the region, the East African region to be specific. Yes, so I've been working there as a marketing manager for a very big company called Mberesero Lodges and Tented Camps. Yes, and I've learned a lot of things. So in this particular video, I'm going to share what I learned from my boss, my extreme boss, who is called Mr Wilfred Mberesero. I had a sit down with him and inquired with him, to share with me some of his tourism tips or his business tips as a man who has been in the industry for over 20 years and having 4 properties, and others coming up, 4 running and 6, like opening up soon, as soon as next season. I inquired with him what are his tourism tactics, what are his marketing tactics, what has he learned from the industry that, we can pick on as tourism players, as people who are aspiring to grow big in the industry, Yeah, so he told me, the first thing that he told me that we need to know is that with business, it's more of the heart after in some particular aspects, he said when you're entering into tourism, and I'm going to use a lot of hearsay, I'm going to use a lot of second party context in this particular video because I'm sharing what he told me. Yes, so he told me that in tourism marketing, most players, as someone who has traveled in different exhibitions and trade fairs and worked with different agents, it's very important. People always want to work with a decision maker, which I think is very important to know if you're owner of a company, if you're planning to go market. Most people are going to want to discuss or to talk with final decision makers. Someone will come to you and be like, oh, so you sell safaris in Africa? Are you the director? Are you the manager? Like, are you a partner? Who are you in this particular context? Because people usually like to talk to you and finalize a deal. Very few people want to come to you and say, okay, I want to do safaris with you and maybe bring my clients and maybe I pay you after the clients have left, and then you'll be like, yeah, very good idea, let me run it by my boss. No, they want you to say, yes, it can work, or no, it cannot work. They want that kind of confidence in you as someone they're talking to. So the tourism marketeer, to cover a wider base when you're marketing across the globe in tourism, it's very important to market as a partner, decision maker, like to be like someone in position to make actual decisions for the company. Yes. Then he said that it's very important to accept or to have acceptability of your product as you're marketing. The people you're marketing to, do they accept the product? Do they understand African safaris? Because African safaris are different from different other tourism products. Someone who is marketing France or Spain or Italy as a country, as a tourism destination, they're selling different products. As we're selling Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, we have different landscapes. So there has to be a level of acceptability of a product for it to actually be bought. The people you're selling to, do they like the quality of your product? Do they like the style of the way you deliver your product? If you're delivering tourism and you're selling it in a culture way, yet the people who want to consume it want it in a luxury form of delivery procedure, it's not going to work because there you do not agree or they do not accept the product. So it's very important as you're marketing a product or as you're designing a tourism product for marketing, you have to know, will the market accept it? Because I've seen lodges that have spent a lot of money to put up a structure, to market it, and they design it, and the problem is not the property. Problem is not the money they charge per night. The problem usually is the style of how they deliver their service. The problem might even be the location. They might be like, no, You don't feel the place is secure enough or it's not good enough. But also the price matters. They might feel it's not worth our money because there are lodges like in Windy, impenetrable forest. There are lodges which charge over $1,000 per night. There are lodges that also charge $200 per night. Those that charge $500, $150, $150, whatever. But you might find one which charges $1,000 being fully booked throughout the year, while the one which charges $200 not being fully booked. Why? So these are things that as a tourism marketeer, as a tourism player, you need to know to be able to actually go out there and you attract people and you actually bring business back home into your company. You have to know these small basics. The people you're talking to, do they accept your product? Do they understand what it comes with? Because different products have different demands. Acceptability of a tourism product is very important. It determines consumption. Yeah. Then the third thing that he told me is that it's very important to look at to carry out research in tourism, have the SWOT analysis. Then there are technical issues that have to be looked at in terms of balancing a business. This is someone who has 4 properties and he has been running them for over 20 years. Some have come up over the years and others are still coming. So I say that it's very important to look at the technical issues involved in running a business. And one of them he mentioned was research, carrying out a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? He has a property in Karatu called Endoro Lodge, and he said you have to know what makes Endoro Lodge unique from the other lodges, because in Karatu alone there are over 75 lodges in Karatu alone, and his is one of them. So he has to know what's my unique selling proposition. What's my strength as a property? What's my weakness? What's my competitive advantage? What threats do I have? What opportunities can I use in the community where my property is to attract more tourists, to increase my revenue, to increase the activities around the property? What should I do? What can I do? So as a business player, as a marketeer, you have to know all these things. This is what you're going to tell the clients, and they'll be like, oh, okay. I'll go to Endoro. I'll not go to this property or the property or this one. Maybe this is cheaper. Maybe this is very luxurious. I'll go to this one. It's more authentic, more culture-like, more friendly, more eco best. Can I say that? Can we talk about these things? Yeah. So these are very important things that we have to look at. Yes, then the fourth thing, I asked him five points, so we're going to the fourth. He said that it's very important to know in business that people will do business with you, and it will surpass the fact that you have a good business proposal. It will go deeper to, do they like you? Yes, it's that technical, like it's a personal thing. He told me that someone will come to you and be like, I'll do business with you. I feel, their gut feels, So as a person, as a marketeer, you have to be able to give a positive vibe. You have to learn interpersonal skills. You have to learn how to read people's body language. When someone says, I'm tired, do you push? Or is it that I'm tired of, we can talk about this tomorrow, but if you push now, there is no deal. You have to know how to deal with people because we are all different. And then we have all these different culture diversities. If you're dealing with a German, it might be a little bit different, like when you're dealing with an American or a French person or a Chinese or a Korean or someone from Australia or an African, a Ugandan, a Muganda, or a Tanzanian, a Chaga, they might have different things that they hold precious. So you have to be able to give a positive impact, a positive vibe to this person so that they like you in order to do business with you. He said people do not do business with you because you're the best. People do business with you because they like you. Business is not just a form of money exchange. It's a relationship. It's a partnership. It's an intimate kind of reaction. So you have to be serious in these things. Someone will come and say, no, I'm going to do bookings with this particular company, give them all my clients because you made them feel good. And they'll say, no, I can't do business with the other one. Well, their prices are good. They look like they have class, but there's something I just don't. I don't feel. Yes. It might sound awkward, it might sound bizarre, but it's the fact. If you don't click, no matter how good you are, they might not sign on those papers. And mainly if someone comes from a country where it's a more where they are more in touch with their feminine side, because the masculine side, and some countries which are more masculine might ignore their feelings and be like, okay, this is really good on paper, this is good, let's go with this. But the countries, because you have to study all these things as a marketeer, which countries are more feminine in nature. These are people who go with their gut, with their emotion. They might not even look at the documents you present. They might be like, I feel I can trust you, so let's do this. So you have to know these small basic things in order to push, in your business. And this is what has made some people great and others not. Yet you see all of them putting in all the work, all the time, all the effort. Even some are even putting in more, but some are getting and others are not. So these are the small things, that you have to know. Yeah, then the last thing that he told me is something I didn't even know about. I actually learned it from him and I researched a bit and I'm still researching more. He told me that he, as a business player, looks at the 5 forces of Porter, the 5 business forces of Porter. This is something you might have to look up, because I have looked up. I'm still looking up. Yes, so the 5 forces of Porter, this just looks at the purpose of mesoanalysis. Okay, it was a tricky topic. I had to research more to learn about those 5 forces. The 5 forces model of Mike Porter, which was designed in 1979 and is mainly taught people who are doing BBA. I've not yet done not BBA, MBA. I've not yet done my MBA, planning to. And I feel I'll learn more about this because I tried to research it. But it looks at the business in order to determine the market attractiveness of the business. It looks at the rivals of the existing competitors. It looks at the threats of. I think it's more of a SWOT, but a more complicated form of SWOT analysis. This one goes depth. In depth. The barriers in the existing business. Like actually, one of the things which I learned from these 5 forces of Porter was a business. When you're starting a business, you have to look at what are the barriers of entry into the business. And when you're leaving a business, you don't just leave a business just like that. What are the barriers in exit of a business? They gave an example of companies which have, no, let me give examples in the industry, tourism industry. So if you have a tour company and you want to leave the tour company, you want to get out of the tourism business, it's not working for you, like okoze loss, okay, you're going to do something else. Agriculture is really profitable. So you want to exit the tourism industry. What are the barriers? Remember, you had vehicles, you had all these contacts, you had an office, you had documents, you had books, you had stocked up. So all this, you have to value this in terms of money. That as you're exiting, you're not going to exit overnight. You're not going to wake up and be like, I'm done. You have a safari car. Are you going to sell it? Are you going to rent it out? What are you going to do? If you have a hotel and you want to leave the hotel industry, you're not just going to leave the premises there. You have workers. Are you going to fire them immediately? Are you going to fire them after a month, after a week? What's going to happen? So the 5 forces model of Mike Porter looks at all those different small things involved in the business. The bargaining power of a supplier, the bargaining power of a seller, of a buyer. As a tour person, if you have clients coming and you need to rent out a car, how are you going to bargain for the safari car that you're going to rent out? How much are they going to charge you for that safari car? So all those are things that Mike Porter looks at, and it's very important because as you're looking at how much you can bargain for a lower price for a particular service, you still have to look at how much this person you're selling to the service is going to bargain for a lower price. And as they bargain, as you bargain, are you going to get a profit margin? Are you going to be able to sustain your business? What's up? What are you going to be able to do? So those are the 5 points that Mr. Wilfred Mberesero gave me. I hope I've aired them out accurately as he did, because he gave them to me a while back. I've been sleeping on job, people. This is not good. Yes, so I'm so grateful for all the knowledge that my former boss was able to give me, all the attention, all the opportunities. I'm forever grateful, Mr. Wilfred Mberesero. I'm going to share a link with you so I know you're watching this and everything. Yeah, and we're going to meet again because I'm in the industry and you're in the industry. So, Yes, thank you so much. I hope you've loved this video. I hope you've learned something. I'm always hoping that the content I put out there teaches someone something better, bigger in the trade industry, that maybe they can make a better decision tomorrow than they did today. And likewise, that maybe I can be a better person tomorrow. Because some things I might forget and I have to go back and rewatch my own videos to remind myself. Yes, so I hope you have a lovely Easter holiday. I hope this video comes out before Easter. Yeah, I'm going to be working around the clock. Yeah, otherwise, have a great festive season. Follow me on Instagram here. That's how I usually Lynette. Yes, follow me on Instagram here and hit me up in my inbox. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you like this video. Tell me if you need some clarity about some things. Tell me if you need some ideas. Tell me whatever you want. Talk to me. Okay, not whatever you want. But talk to me. Tell me how you're doing. How is the trading industry? How are you finding it? Do you feel my content is relevant? Do you feel it carries weight? Talk to me. Let's share. Let's grow in the industry, and please subscribe to my channel, and we shall meet next time. Soon, next week. Yes.